Welcome back to another video on my channel. Hopefully you're coming back from another video, but if you're not, if you're new here, I do suggest you watch the previous videos. This is very exciting. Today, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I would like for you to guess what I'm building for, but I might do the A/B testing and you might have already seen it in the title. If so, please don't spoil it for other people in the comments. Nobody's going to do that. I'm sure it's fine. But this is so exciting for me because this is one of my favorite animals that I'm building for here today. And I did do the same thing that I've done before where I kind of switched around the order of what I'm showing in the video. So first here, I'm starting a build for the newest animal of Meandering Stream Zoo. And just a reminder here at this point, you can subscribe to my channel, you can watch on or subscribe to Twitch, and you can like, comment, and do all the interactions on this video. That really helps me out. And yeah, today, as I said, I would love for you to guess what we're building for. It's going to become very, very obvious when I add a bigger building piece later on. It's actually something that I've never done before. So at the beginning here, I just kind of started with a little bit of temple ruins. And this is from the South America pack, if that gives you any hint. And also the other thing that might give you a hint is this is... Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the bigger building piece that is definitely going to give it away. This zoo is actually filled with all of the most common zoo animals. So what we started out with in previous episodes that you can watch on my channel is the peafowl, the goats, the emu, and the deer. The deer was last week's episode, and so this time, as you can see there, it's the South American temple piece. I have never used something that large in one of my zoos, like a pre-built that large, but I figured this is like background decoration. It's not actually part of the exhibit. I can allow myself to use that, and I think it makes the experience from a guest point of view more immersive. And obviously, as you can tell, what's on the top of the temple there is, well, actually, I think what's on the top of the temple is a llama, and what we're building for are the alpacas, which is super exciting. Like I said, they're one of my favorite animals, but also I have never actually built for the alpacas in this game because this is a new pack to me. I've never played with I think it's from the Barnyard Animal pack, maybe. I've never built with that pack or played with it at all. I bought it when I got back into Planet Zoo, and this is my first build for them. So this is, again, I'm working on the paths. The paths are really the bane of everybody's existence in this game, I know. And I'm just kind of faking it here with some plaster pieces that I colored the same color as the path. And I also broke another theme of this park, kind of, because I did not build this in a hexagon shape. I guess I also didn't do that for the emu and the peafowl because they have the aviary attached to their enclosures, but this specifically, I had this really ugly, I don't even know how it came about, but I had this really ugly, weird little triangle shape at the bottom there of this exhibit. So I just made it a part of the exhibit because the alpaca is one of the species that the guests can go into the exhibit and well, it says it can interact, but they don't interact, they just walk through there. So I wanted to do that in this build. And I also, that way I didn't have to do anything with that weird triangle piece. I kind of had, I think there was a pond in there earlier that I had fenced in, but it looked really ugly, and this way it just kind of ties everything in. And another thing that I did, as you can see me doing here, is the bottom of that triangle, like the whole triangle part of this is going to be fenced in with the same fence that the goats and the, what is this, the emu have. And then the top part of the enclosure that's the actual hexagon is going to have this ridiculous South American build pack item, like this wall with these intricate decorations on it. But yeah, for this part, I have to make a little fence piece to fit into that little space between the 2-meter wall panel there and the actual visitor's entry. So that's actually also the first time I'm using the visitor's entry, the I don't know, what do you call these things? The game sanctioned visitor gates. Gates, that's it. So this exhibit, as with the peafowl, has a zookeeper's exit entry gate and a guest one, or actually 2 guest ones because it's just a straight path right through the exhibit. And for some reason the path messed up there, but I fixed it. Luckily I noticed. And then I did a bunch of little ones here to better shape out that bump out at the bottom there. And yeah, so this is the first time I'm using the guest gate that actually is made for this purpose. Previously in the peafowl exhibit, I made a really ugly self-made thing for it. I still need to fix that. But yeah, this is the beautiful, intricate wall that I got for the rest of the alpacas. And I don't think that this is really viewable by the guests. So really the bottom part of the exhibit is going to be the part that we want the guests to go and view, unless I go back in and I change like some of the wall pieces into maybe some glass or something to make it more viewable. But for now, this is what we're doing. I fixed that little gap over there, and then yeah, I just tied in the temple in the back there with the temple ruins and the fence for the alpacas, and there they are. How exciting is this? I got 2 to begin with, and then I realized I kind of need another one because the social need was not very high. And then another thing that I had to do, you'll see me doing here later, is I had to change that invisible guest path to a black, like a whatever the regular pathing is that I've got for the rest of the game, because I wanted to give the visual illusion, I guess you would say, that this is a hexagon shape, because right now you can see this is very clearly not a hexagon. So this kind of helps, I think, with that concept to make it more of a hexagon. I guess the amenities area is also really not a hexagon because the alpaca exhibit cuts into that now, but it's okay. They're very cute. The guests are loving them. You can see they're walking in there. They're enjoying the freedom to go interact with them. It's so awesome to see. And yeah, so that's all for the alpacas, but there is more to the video. After I look up the next species, I guess the next one's a donkey maybe. So this is actually the beginning of the stream. I had to fix some of the staff items. They said they didn't have enough staff rooms, which then I actually built another staff room in the back where the alpaca exhibit is going to end up being. And you already saw what it looks like in the end, but this is the process of building it. I just thought that was way more boring. So I put it in the back of the video instead of the front, because I figure most people are gonna probably have clicked off by this point. So if you did stick around, you're a real one. Love that. Thank you so much. And hopefully this is still entertaining. So I fixed, again, I did some more work on the deer exhibit here to fix the immersion kind of problem. I put some more hedges in the back there. I thought about putting a little bridge stone path into the river. I didn't end up doing it because it didn't work out. But yeah, I put those little hedges over there, kind of trying to blend in that stone rock wall type thing. And then I found out, very exciting, that we have daisies, patches of daisies. And I was like, oh, they need to go everywhere. I love a good daisy, or any flower, really. They're just great. Why would you not love those? And I put so many more plants because I think this exhibit looked very bare when I finished off last time. So I put another tree. I can't remember what kind of tree this was that went into this little planter box. Oh yeah, there we go. So I put that over there because I figured like having the tree in the back and in the front of the exhibit, that kind of makes you walk in between the foliage and makes you feel immersed maybe more so. And also just again ties in those planter boxes that I came up with in the very beginning. So hopefully the whole zoo kind of has a cohesion to it. I don't know if it does, but maybe if I just keep repeating that and keep going with that concept, eventually it'll do something. I don't know. But here we go. This is building the extra keeper's hut and the extra staff room in that back area. And I'm also adding later on a wind turbine to create power, and a water plant to treat the water that's in with the alpacas. And that might also possibly treat the water. Oh yeah, I think it does. That also treats the water in the emu exhibit. And I think it's gonna possibly treat one more water puddle, I don't know. It's gonna treat one more exhibit. There we go. The water in one more exhibit. Again, fighting with the path system. It's so difficult. And yeah, that's pretty much all I did for this video. The alpacas are here. Next time, maybe we'll do the donkeys. Oh no, actually the next ones are the meerkats. So I'm thinking I might do a little house for them. Like have a house be part of the exhibit, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not there yet, but hopefully you can watch me build that on stream. I do stream on Twitch. The link's in my bio. And if not, maybe you'll be here for the next video if you hit the subscribe button. Also, would love to see you back on YouTube. So that's it for me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and see you next time. Bye!